Okay, I bet your method of control and your hazards was an interesting journey, and I hope you did as many as you felt like you needed to. And now we're going to move on to the location section. So this is section 6. You're going to identify the prioritized list of hazards for that location. And we highly recommend that out of your list of hazards, you're going to put the highest risk at the top and even highlight it in pink or put a red dot next to it or whatever you need to do to help people pay attention to the highest risk at that location. You might want to include the what if in there, just so it's an easy tracking information on here. So what if, worst case scenario, or maybe you want to put what if specific to things that you know is going to happen in that area. Writing down the level of risk, writing down the term of control that you choose to use. And again, you don't just have to have it all fit into one section. Feel free to take up a whole group of squares to fulfill the information that you want to provide for people. And in this section, when we added the level of competency of participant required, the way that I do this is I have 4 levels for every skill and activity that I do. I use red, yellow, green, and blue. A red character means that they have an understanding, they have an awareness of the hazard, but they don't know how to tend to it themselves. So it's a big stop sign. It's stop what you're doing. Don't try to do this by yourself. Don't do this without supervision. That's a red level character. So with a red level character, if you put them here, then that means that this hazard is something that even the most basic child can do, but what it requires of you is more attention. You need to be supervising this more specifically. So I would put a little red dot here. If it's a yellow character, then that means they are more of a they've received instructions, they have a bit of practice, they have a bit of experience, but they haven't exactly modeled perfect understanding of the risks and hazards, and they haven't modeled following instructions and complying clearly. So having a yellow dot here, or coloring this in yellow, would identify that the yellow level characters are able to do this activity. And then a green level character, green means go. So when it's green, it means not only do those characters have their skills and abilities, you trust them. And it's okay for the higher level, riskier children to be able to do this activity. And then we have the blue level characters, and that is for characters who not only have the full ability and green means go, they also have the ability to teach other people how to do it, which causes a little bit more of a hazard, especially if they're teaching them how to use knives, how to use swords, how to build a fire, all the things that are even more risky when you let a child take on that leadership. So this is the way that I write this down so that it just sticks with my continuous rating scale. And I use those little dots that you get from Staples, the red, yellow, green, and blue, and I just put them right on here, and it helps my brain remember. But if you have a different leveling system of identifying their ability as a participant, then you go ahead and write that down here. So you're going to want to print as many pages as you need per location. Maybe you have multiple locations. And once you're done this, what you're going to do is, again, I invite you to submit this to me so I can offer a bit of critique and some feedback if interested. And then I'd be happy to send you a Word document so that you can just fill this information in using a computer so that whoever is new and is reading it, it's very clear what they're reading. That's a big piece of this. You don't want it to be your original chicken scratch. You want this to be your final printed copy. And if you don't want to do that, you can just handwrite it. But again, use black or blue pen so that it's very clear. I also would put it in waterproof page protectors into a binder. And each section of the binder you're going to want to put labels, tabs for easy access, and name it based on the section that I've given you. So I hope this has been helpful, and I trust that your journey is going well, and I look forward to connecting with you about your adventures. I always love to hear what people are up to. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Again, my name is Jamie Black. I am the founder of Wildcraft Play School, and this is how to assess hazards and risks in the Trainer in a Box program. Happy to be here. My email is Jamie, JAMIE, BLACK @wildcraftplay.com. Take care.